We'll be starting with new chapter today. So let's start.
Recording in progress.
Good afternoon, everybody. Audio video all is okay? Everything is fine? Tell me. Okay, let's start. Okay. We'll start today with new chapter, okay? Profits and gains of business or profession. Chalo. Chapter 7 from in our syllabus. Write down the name of the chapter. Profits and gains of business or profession. PGBP. Okay, everybody? One of the most important chapter for your syllabus. Again, little bit comparatively lengthy also. Lots of provisions to understand and remember. Okay? Fine? But also very practical oriented. Very practical oriented. In fact, this head of income will be the majority of the cases for any practicing chartered accountant or any practicing tax consultant, okay? This head of income. This will be because number wise also the numbers will be higher, bigger, as well as number of clients will also be fine, will be good enough. So the main bread and butter for any tax consultant, tax practitioner is from this head of income. I am saying again main. You will not earn a lot when you file salary returns or only house property returns, okay? Because salary returns are too many in quantity but very less in bachcho fees. Why? Because in salary, if you remember or if you understand, all the calculations are taken care already by the employer. So there is nothing much as such of overall tax planning available to be done later on once the income has been earned from salary. Clear till here? So in salary, there is nothing much to be done. That's why the fees are also very, very less. And salaried people already, the income tax department or government doesn't want to burden them with lots of complexities. Okay? That's why all the duties, responsibilities are put on the employer. That's why no as such burden later on, even for tax practitioners. Simple, take one form 16, check the TCS for the entire year, small deductions here and there. Whatever was missed, just take that also into account and your income tax return is ready. PGBP Bacho is one of the best, you can say, heads of income for any tax practitioners because the main income you'll get here. Whatever business, manufacturing, trading, anything you can see around you which is about business or profession, even coaching for that matter, okay, coaching also, hospitals, whatever it can be. I mean, hospitals will come under trust. It is not for, there is no profit motive over there. But anyways, even your agricultural activities also, you know, whatever you see around you is involved in a business or a profession, all those people or all those businesses will come under this head of income. Clear till here? Capital gains and IOS. IOS, I have told you, is already just a residuary section. Residuary head of income, residuary balance. Capital gains, the amount will be big, but number of transactions will be very, very less. Hai If I take a very simple example, a real estate builder is going to sell lots of flats in a year. That is his business. Acquisition of land or joint venture and then manufacturing, or you can say building, that is construction of the properties and selling them. So whenever he's selling the project, the flats, properties in a project, it may take 1 year, 2 year, 3 year to entirely sell it off. Yes, sell it. But that is a recurring activity for a real estate developer. But if you as a person, as a retail person, if you buy a flat or a property for your own residence purpose, are you going to sell it or buy it regularly every year? No. For you, the same property bachcho is a capital. You can say gain. I mean, if it will be a capital asset for you. If at all you buy a property, you yourself as a retailer and a retail person, individual, for you bachcho, it is a capital asset. So it is a very, you can say, less in number or unusual transaction in case of capital gains. But PGBP is income from your trading assets. It is your revenue income we are mainly discussing. Clearly, all of you. So in accounting, whatever balance sheet P&L you are given, all of them bachcho are mainly from these, you can say, concept only, that the person is having some business or profession. Business can be bachcho manufacturing, trading also. है ना? Fine till here? Charging section bachcho, charging section. Everybody? Is section 28. You have to remember the charging section of all the heads of income. Okay, everybody? Are हाँ? Because that charging section bachcho gives you qualification or eligibility of income to be taxed under that head of income. So if the income itself is not satisfying the condition of charging section, then you can't use the head of income. Do you remember or no? Okay? Let's start. So some basic things we will understand. Profits and gains of business or profession. Business. Okay? And the concept itself we have done in Indian Partnership Act also. Right? Business means, or profit, the reason of making a partnership is what? Always profit objective. And that profit you can get only from doing some kind of business activity. Okay? That includes your trading. Ready everybody? So let us understand each and every small things. Okay? In profession bachcho, we don't directly call it as gains, we don't directly call it as profit. It is excess of income over expenditure. And we prepare bachcho income and expenditure statement. Yes or no everybody? There is no trading account over there in case of profession. Clear till here all of you? Let's go ahead. Chalo. So check. Let's first of all quickly check business. 213, section 2, obviously definition section. Business includes, again it is an inclusive definition, a very wide definition. Are हाँ या ना? Any trade, commerce, or even manufacturing, or any adventure, any kind of business. Adventure means again an activity or concern, organization in the nature of trade, commerce, or manufacture. Basically, it is what? Trade, commerce, and manufacture. These are the three important things. Whenever you use the word trade means what? Trading means what? Trading you understand. What do you mean by trading? Tell me, all of you. Goods what? Yes, correct. Buying and selling. Simple. Trading means what? Is simply bachcho buying and selling. Your object is only to get the commission out of it. The gap between the selling and the buying price. You know? Your selling and your buying price. That is trading. Manufacturing bachcho is the first process or first stage where you are making the goods. है ना बच्चों? Especially about goods. Yes, Celia? And any kind of commerce. Again, we can talk also about service. Service industry. Yes, service industry is not manufacturing. Service industry is also not trading, that you are not buying and selling services normally. Okay, so it can be again you can say commerce, wherever much money is involved. You're getting some money against money is the consideration. Fine till here everybody? So it is a very general or a wide definition. But it includes manufacture or no? Yes. Fine till here? So let us quickly check what is manufacturing. Important. This is important because in your section 10A, 10AA, whichever we had seen now, your SEZ exemption, then IT companies exemption, they use this word also manufacture. So you have to understand what is manufacturing. What is manufacturing? Okay, everybody? If I convert water into ice, I think we had discussed this example. Is this manufacturing? I don't sell water, I sell ice for industrial purposes. Are you getting my point or no? Is this manufacturing? This is also manufacturing. Even if the chemical or the components properties are same in a way, the into H2 or whatever, okay, in both the case, but the form is different, the name is different, the use is different. Are हाँ या ना? Generally, whenever you use the word term manufacture, what comes to your mind? Raw material, and finished goods. And there has to be in a way a drastic change between raw material and finished goods. Clear to all of you? But property wise here, if I say water and ice are having same properties, but the name are different, the use is different, है ना बच्चों? Clear till here? Fine. So yes, this is also manufacturing. Clear till here? Then for what is manufacturing, we use two types of test. One is name test, another is use test. Name test and use test means what? Simple, just compare raw material with finished goods. Okay, tell you all of you? Compare bachcho what raw material to finished goods. Whether they have, both of them have same name. If they have same name, then there is no manufacturing normally. Clear till here? But if they have different names, definitely bachcho, then there is a different market for the same. No? When you go and buy a water bottle, you're trying to buy a water bottle. Are you going to, is your intention to buy ice cubes? No. You can buy ice cube also, let us say. Or big ice slabs for industrial purpose or cooling purpose, whatever. Okay? So if the name is same for raw material and finished goods, then again it is a problem area. It may not be manufacturing. Clear till here, all of you? So only name test is not important. Only name test is not important. We also have to use the use test. We should also check the use test. Means what? Whether the raw material is used for some purpose and whether finished goods is used for some other purpose. If the purposes are different, bachcho, then again we are not going to call it as, if the purposes are different, then we will call it as manufacture. If the purpose is same of raw material as well as finished goods, then there is no manufacturing at all. Clear till here? So in a way, bachcho, normally both this test should be satisfied. The name should be different of raw material and finished good, and use should also be different of raw material and finished goods. Clear till here? If both of these are satisfied, generally then we call it as manufacture. Understood? Clear? Yes, till here? Already clear, all of you? What about the bunch of farm products? A person is making farming or doing farming. Let us say he cultivates mushrooms or cauliflower. Raw materials bachcho, as in what you're growing cauliflower and selling cauliflower. In that case, bachcho, it will what? Same. Raw material was what? Check now. Seeds. Raw material or what? Bachcho? Seeds or saplings. So there has been a transformation. Clear till here, all of you? Let us say you cannot use the seeds or plant saplings, whatever the basic. You can't use it directly. But the main product can be used for eating or edible. Clear till here, all of you? Milk. But we don't consume much raw milk, normally speaking. Whenever you are selling it, you are not consuming raw milk. There is a lots of process also involved from converting it into a raw milk into a pasteurized milk. It is a manufacturing, yes, manufacturing. Wherever there is a transformation you understand, change. Transformation means what, bachcho? Change, है ना? Change, bachcho. Clear till here? I'll go ahead with everybody. Let's check. What is manufacturing? Means a change in a non-living physical object or article or thing. It's a very wide definition. Or an article or a thing, anything, but just simply non-living. So your livestock will not come into your livestock. Non-living, they are saying non-living. Livestock will not come into picture. Livestock, you understand? Animals, normally, you are breeding them. You understand breeding? You are growing them, using them. Sheep also, okay, for milk, maybe for cotton, wool, whatever it is. Not cotton, sorry, wool. Okay, fine till here? Alright. So understand. So there is a change in a non-living object. But what is the change? That change is about transformation of object or article thing into a new or a distinct object or article or thing. Having different, check now. Names are different of raw material and finished goods. Characteristics or as well as the properties as well as the use. Clear to all of you? Hai na? So that is considered as manufacturing. Otherwise, bringing into existence of a new and a distinct object or article. Yes, name is different, Nitin. Milk is different from curd. Use is different. Okay, characteristics are different. Just simply, let me ask you: will you make a tea out of curd? Will you do that? No. Simple. Okay. Okay. Then bringing into existence of a new and a distinct object or article or thing with a different chemical composition or integral structure. Internally, but fundamentally it is different. It can be alloy also. Alloy, you understand? Alloy, ALLOY, mixing of two or three metals. है ना? So again, whenever you're changing, there is a drastic change. That is definitely बच्चों manufacturing of a non-living object. Clear all of you? Yes. See, whatever products we use, whatever you see around you, they're coming from some or a different raw material only. They are converted, made into something else. है ना? Clear all of you? What about the notebook, बच्चों? What about the notebook you use? Tell me, notebook. Notebook, a blank notebook. But even if on a blank notebook, but there are lines or no? Lines on them, printed. It is coming out of what? Notebook is coming out of paper, paper is coming out of wood, or those trees, whatever. Correct? But obviously there is again a change. So that is manufacturing. Okay? And lastly, profession. Business we have understood. Okay, business means any trade, commerce, manufacturing. Manufacturing we understood. Okay, and trade, commerce is also there. So let's talk about the other part, profession. Profession includes vocation. Vocation means again, bachcho, your driver, your plumber, electrician, all these people. Right? You might have heard about those course ITI, I think, Industrial Training Institute. Have you heard of that? ITI, Industrial Training Institute. They are training you plumber, brickman. And a brickman, you understand? Bricklayer, carpenter, all these people. Okay? Painter. So it includes that also. But however, we have to go a little bit beyond than that. Not just the person identified as a particular for a particular work. Just a minute, bachcho. Sorry, yeah. So profession includes vocation. Vocation means again those types of work. Ready everybody? Understood? Chalo. Next one. It implies, means professed. It is not yet prepared here. I'll give you. Professed attainment. Attainment means receiving of special knowledge. Okay? As distinguished from mere skill. Okay? So if you have a skill of something, doing something faster or better, doesn't make it a profession. Okay? Special knowledge, which is to be acquired only after patient study and application. That is the meaning of the term they want to say. How you attain such special knowledge. Okay? Just like you at times achieve special peace by meditation. Okay? So here you have achieved the special knowledge by some study. Okay? It is not only skill, it is generally by study and its use. Let us say for example civil engineer, for the architect, or you might have heard of an engineer. Yes, tell it all of you. So obviously you have studied for the same and then they are using it. Clear? And plus again, bachcho, the profession is always identified as a category. That means what? Lawyers is one category of people. Even they have got a degree, no? Yes, knowledge in the field, but they are identified as a category. Lawyers, doctors, your engineers, architects, CA, CMA. Obviously. Your lyricists, singers, actors, these are all profession. These are all bachcho what? Profession, a category. Clear till here? For acting, you may or may not do the course, that is different. But again, you have a knowledge, special knowledge about that field. Clear till here? Then technicians, screenplay writers, all of that, lighting person, everything, musician and all of that. Yes, tell here all of you. So degree is not a requirement, but again it is just again a point where we can say yes, you are into a profession. Clear till here all of you? Fine? Can I say simply, let us say, profession or professionals are getting money or income mainly through their skills, but there is no trading involved, or they are getting the money only by the, what you can say, knowledge, you know, everybody. Okay, everybody. Basically, there is no trading involved, no buying, selling, no manufacturing, nothing. I'm telling you, the good thing about our profession is what? Best thing, there is no capital involved. The only capital is your mind, your brains. Based on that, you are earning money. Isn't it, everybody? Simple or no? You might have seen teachers now having BMW. Simple, na? So, is there capital involved? Is there trading involved, manufacturing involved? Do I have to set up a big industry, manufacturing unit? No. Understood? So that we will consider that as into a profession. Understood? We'll go ahead everybody. Chalega? You have seen Niraj sir on two-wheeler, hai na? Sahi baat hai. Correct. Yeah. Scooter. Okay. We'll go ahead everybody. So just basics we are talking about, okay? Yeah, new bike. Chalo. Section 28. I have always told you the first section of the head of incomes are what? Charging section. It gives you the eligibility criteria for that type of income to be taxed in that head of income. If it doesn't satisfy charging section, the head of income itself is not applicable. Simple. Clear all of you? Chalo. And yes, please understand, we are again studying law, income tax, but it is still an act. Act is law, bachcho. And law is always will have a gray area. Gray area, you understand, not a clear area. So that clarifications are at times given by court. Okay, everybody? So through your circulars, notification, that also we have already seen, and court judgments also. Okay? So those things, some things we have to keep in mind or by heart them as per the court judgments. Clear? So what is taxable, what is not taxable, that we will see later on. Okay? Should I go ahead, everybody? Bolo. Section 28. Income chargeable to tax under this head. Income arising to any person by way of profits and gains from business, profession as well as vocation. Vocation, I've told you the ITI, laborer, your painter, carpenter, electrician, plumber and all of that. Okay? Yes? So directly they have given the first point is that profits and gains. Then income derived by any trade, professional or similar associations. Clubs, bachcho. है ना? Clubs. You take a membership to a club. Clear? So the club is getting membership fees from the members. Simple. So again, from specific services rendered by them to their members. Yes, clear? Trade union, association, there are generally bachcho at times what membership fees. Because associated together, they will represent them whenever there is issues. Okay? The value, this is again interesting, important. The value of any benefit or perquisite. Perquisite, I hope you now understand. Perquisite means what? Was benefit only. Hai na? Perquisite was what? Mainly benefit. So the value of any benefit or perquisite, whether convertible into money or not, but arising from business or exercise of any profession. Because of a business or profession, you're getting some benefit. One of the famous cases, or you can say highly discussed cases in the last 2-3 months was Dolo 650. Do you remember why it was so famous? Because it was famous for as a medicine in COVID. But apart from that, why it was famous? Yes, it was famous during COVID. What else? What other controversy happened with Dolo? Any idea? It spent a huge amount on advertisement, and huge perquisites or benefits were given to doctors. I hope you are aware, but there is a very big nexus or connection or influence by pharmaceutical companies with doctors. Simple. Because who recommends the medicine? Doctor. So influence the doctor. So doctors bachcho get perks, benefits. Generally not in cash, but some other benefits. Okay, they had spent a lot, and that is how bachcho then it also got famous. So the company had spent a huge amount bachcho on these you can say promotions. Yeah? These are promotions only, no? So who got the benefit? Who is the recipient bachcho here of benefit? Doctors. So this benefit will also be taxable under PGBP because of PGBP, because of your business or profession. You got benefit. There is a nexus connection. Your benefit is linked to your business or profession. If answer is yes, it is PGBP tax. It is taxable under PGBP. Understood or no? If you're getting some benefit as a gift or your functions, anniversary, etc., that is in personal in nature, it has no business connection, then it is not taxable under PGBP. Okay, and everybody understood here? So there has to be connection between your business, profession and the benefit. Clear? Let us say, the pharmaceutical company sends a BMW to the doctor or gifts a BMW to the doctor. Why? Obviously because so that the doctor will recommend. Clear till here? There is something, you might have gone to a normal doctor, simple family doctor, and he says test, we will have to do tests and all. Generally he will again have a sheet or a page or that he has that pad, that writing pad he has, and he gives you reference of this pathology lab or this specialized doctor, of some skin doctor or eye doctor. He'll give a reference. Because the pathology lab gives commission to the doctor, if you are aware. Are you aware or no? So based on number of patients referred, there is what? Commission given. Understood all of you? So again, this is a benefit or not because of profession? Yes. Clear? Understood? 5 stars. How many stars? 5 stars. I'm telling you now, you will again make mistakes. I'll tell you right now, I'll tell you to go 5 stars, 7 stars, but again you will make same mistakes. Same thing happens. Batch on batch. Check now. Any interest, salary, bonus, commission, remuneration, by whatever name, you change the name, doesn't matter. You keep on changing the name. Perquisite, whatever you want to say. Okay? So by whatever name called, due to, accrued, okay? Due to, or received by a partner of a firm from such firm. Who is the recipient? Tell me this, bachu. Whose income are we discussing? Firms or partners? Whose income are we discussing? Partner or firm? Tell me. Quickly tell me, bachu. All of you quickly tell me. We are discussing, bachu, income of partner. Obviously, partner, that means he is getting benefit from the firm. Simple or no? So whatever he receives from the firm, what does a partner, bachu, generally receive from the firm? Tell me. You have done this in Indian Partnership Act also, but normally also in partnership accounts also you have done, obviously. What does a partner receive? Whatever he can receive, bachu, from the firm. Generally, normally his salary. Generally, bachu, normally salary when if he is into full-time execution, full-time partner, working partner, so you may call it anything, salary, bonus, commission, remuneration, whatever. Then interest on capital and profit sharing. Yes or no? These are generally things whatever you receive from the firm, okay? The partner receives, and whatever he receives, bacho, from the firm is taxable under PGBP. Indian Partnership Act, we say, bacho, partner and firms are same. So that logic is borrowed. That logic is borrowed. That whatever the partner receives from the firm will go under PGBP. Profit. So not profit, okay. Firm or LLP. Motive is what? Profit or no, bacho? Simple. Profit means you will get profit only from business or profession. So the firm is doing it. It means as good as the partner is doing it. So only the money is exchanging hands from firm to partner. So whatever is received from partner will be under PGBP. Use common sense. The income of the firm will also go under PGBP or no? Income of the firm, bacho, will go under PGBP. So that's why the partner's income will also go under, bacho, PGBP, whatever he receives from the firm. Clear till here, all of you? Any sum on account of any capital asset being demolished, destroyed, discarded, if the whole of expenditure was allowed a reduction under section 3580, so we'll first of all go to 3580. That time we'll see, na? Fine? So there is time for that. Export incentive. Simple again. What do you think, bacho, is the meaning of the word incentive? Some benefit again? Barabar, na? So your export subsidies, benefits given by the government to export, that will also be treated as taxable under PGBP, export incentives, okay? Compensation or other payment too. The person managing the whole or substantially the whole of the office of the company or company at termination of its management or office or modification of any of the terms and conditions. Persons holding an agency in India at or in connection with the termination of the agency or the modification of any of the terms and conditions. Basically, if you are working as a consultant, but I'm using the word what? Consultant. Consultant is not an employee, agreed or no? Everybody? Consultancy or consultant is not an employee, he just gives you advice. So if at all you are removing the consultant or changing his let us say agreement with the consultant, and for that you are paying him some compensation. So the compensation received by the consultant, compensation received will go under PGBP. Clear till here? Are हाँ. Then other thing, we have done employer-employee relationship exactly on the same grounds, or we have discussed there is a difference, or you can say connection between principal and agent. Tell me simple, let me ask you a very simple question. Principal agent is as good as employer-employee? What do you think? Yes or no? Are same? Yeah, exactly same बच्चों. Principal agent is same compared to employer-employee. All of you? It is बच्चों exactly opposite. It is बच्चों exactly opposite. Okay? In fact, wherever there is principal agent, there is no employer-employee. And wherever there is employer-employee, there is no principal agent. Okay, everybody? Again, let us talk about that example of your partnership firm, regular partnership firm. The partners are what, bachcho? Agent or employee of the firm? You know all these answers quickly, so answer quickly. The partners are agent of the firm, so they are not employees. So what they get, bachcho, as income from salary, partners receive salary or no from the firm? Tell me this. Partners receive salary or no from the firm? Yes. So it is a salary income. It is called as salary, but it will not go under salaries. It will go under PGBP because there is no employer-employee relationship. Clear to all of you? They are basically making payment to themselves, है ना? As a partner. Simple or no? Understood clear all of you? We'll go ahead, everybody. So again, while making any payment to agent for cancelling his agency or any change in the modification in the contract with the agent, so you pay him compensation. Even that compensation in the hands of agent will be taxable under PGBP. Clear to all of you? Should I go ahead? Next one. Very nice example and good example. Give me 1 star mark here. Nice, because I like that concept. Non-compete income. Have you heard about non-compete? We have done this in Indian contract also we have done. In partnership also we have done. Non-compete agreement. Correct. Consideration in the contract can be it can be positive consideration or negative consideration. Means what? Consideration to do something and consideration not to do something. Yes, no? Correct, everybody? Abstain from doing. Very good. In the contract offer can be given for not to do something. So here in a way you are agreeing that yes, I will not open the same business in the same area for some time, or I will not deal in the same business. So let us say if you buy the goodwill from the partner, or you buy the share, his share from the partner, then you tell that partner you will not open same business next to us. You will open the business after 3 kilometers, 6 kilometers, after that, whatever. Understood or no, all of you? Tell me, everybody tell you. Pakka? So the receipt of non-compete fees, important. Receipt of non-compete fees, not to do something, is bachcho under PGBP. So check, non-compete income. Any sum, whether received or receivable in cash or kind, under an agreement. Obviously there is an agreement, है ना? For not carrying out any activity in relation to any business or profession, okay? Otherwise, not to share any know-how patent, because you have purchased the patent or you have purchased the knowledge. So you are telling the person, inventor, the person who has invented something, that you will not share the same formula or content or knowledge with somebody else. है ना? So not to share any know-how, patent, copyright, trademark, license, franchisee or any other business or commercial right of similar nature or information or technique likely to assist. Same thing. Okay? In a way, it is a kind of an exclusive agreement. Exclusive. That you will work only with us and you will not work with anybody else. Clear till here? Non-compete. Then, proceeds of a key man insurance policy. I think we have discussed about this key man. Key man means बच्चों what? Important. Key man means what बच्चों? Important. So there is a business going on. It is run by a manager, promoter, director, somebody. They are all, let us say बच्चों, key man. If that person is off, dies, the business is affected. I told you this. Therefore, the business should continue normally, whatever it was going on, even if the key person dies. Okay, so the compensation which we can receive is called as key man. Okay, and the policy which is called as key man insurance policy. Clear to all of you? Are haan, all of you. And fair market value of inventory on its conversion as capital asset, that we will do later on. But inventory bachcho, I'll use again the word right on here. Trading asset. Okay, everybody? Okay, everybody? Chalo, till that time read this part quickly. Quickly, bachcho, read this part. Meaning of profits.
Recording stopped.
Chalo, let's go ahead, everybody. Sorry.
Recording in progress.
Profits can be in cash or kind. See, understand, Income Tax Act will obviously try to keep the definition as wide as possible so that nothing should escape. You know? So it doesn't matter how are you earning the profit, whether in cash or in kind. So even if you're doing barter system and you're getting money, even that will be bachcho taxed. Okay? So profit may be realized in money or in money's worth, that is cash or in kind. You are giving a service and you're receiving a car, a flat, a property, still bachcho, we'll call it as a profit. Where profit is realized in any or other form of cash, other than cash, the cash equivalent of the receipt will be taken as income. And cash equivalent, fair market value of that particular product. Capital receipt, star mark this. Capital receipts are generally not considered while computing profits under PGBP. Why? Why bachcho? Because we have a separate head of income for that. No. Are haan. If I sell my fixed assets, is that my revenue income? No. But if I sell bachcho my trading assets, is that my revenue income? Yes. Are haan ya na? So bachcho, when you will prepare your own balance sheet, personal balance sheet, and if at all you are having a property, flat, that property or flat bachcho will go in your balance sheet as what? Capital asset. Investment. Are haan, everybody? right till here. But for a builder, bachcho, will be a stock in trade. Yes or no? Fine till here, all of you. Then voluntary receipts. Very nice, good, check. Payment voluntarily made by persons who were under no obligation to pay anything at all would be income in the hands of the recipient if they were received in the course of business or by exercise of professional vocation. Basically, again, benefit received, okay? Thus, any amount paid to a lawyer by a person who is not a client but who has been benefited by the lawyer's professional service to another would also be accessible. Accessible means tax in the hands of the lawyer. That means, let us say, I'm just giving you a simple example. Lawyer bachcho fought a case for A, or he gave a service to A. A bachcho gave fees, है ना, to lawyer. Simple really. So that fees received by lawyer is obviously taxable in the hands of lawyer. But when lawyer fought the case with A, the remaining land, property, area, etc. So because of this case, others also got some benefit. Okay, everybody? Others also got some benefit. So others voluntarily have given the money to lawyer. Whether the lawyer gave them there any services? No. Was there any contract? No. But here in this case, other people have given voluntary some payment to lawyer. It will be taxable in the hands of lawyer. Understood? Okay till here? Next one, application. But application was use. Application was what? Use of the gains of trade is immaterial. That means where you put the money later on is immaterial. You burn it, use it, donate it. Is there anything to be done? No. We are generally interested in what? Where is the income coming from? Have you earned it or no? If it is earned, tax it. What you do with the money is immaterial. This we have already seen in the chapter of salaries also. Are haan? Okay. So gains made even for the benefit of the community by a public body would be liable to tax. Gains made, okay, for the benefit of the society by a public body. What is a public body? What do you think, bachcho, is a public body? Everybody? Anybody? Public body, what do you think? Government entity, government organization, or municipality, municipal corporation, है ना? They are government, public body or no? Government body. So gains, now, just tell me, you have, let us say your city, you are in a town, you have a municipality or municipal corporation. Yes, tell you. That is a public body. They will get some benefit or they will have some extra money. How these corporations or municipalities can make money? Any example? Anything you can think of? How? Are they giving some service? They will charge you for property tax, road tax, yes, water charges, all of these amounts. This certificate, that certificate you want, charges, है ना? Yes, Shalia. There was also local body tax. There was. They have abolished it now. Local body tax, etc. Okay. So to attract the sections 28, it is necessary that business professional vocation should be carried on at least for some time during the accounting year, but not necessarily throughout that year, and not necessarily by the assessee owner personally, but it should be under his direction or control. Same thing, you may do a job for 2 months in a year, job, but the 2 months salary will go under head of income or salaries, no doubt about it. Similarly, the business profession need not be carried on for all 12 months. It can be less than for 12 months also. Are haan, bachcho. Fine till here. Fine, everybody. Another important understand concept properly. Legality of income. Income may be legal or illegal. Does not matter. Income is income. Taxable. Understood? The illegality of business does not exempt its profit from tax. So even if there is illegal income, does not matter. I think I told you in basic of income tax itself in the first chapter. है ना? So the revenue is not concerned. Revenue means revenue department. Revenue department of revenue is not concerned with the taint of illegality in the income or in stores. So if you're selling drugs or smuggling or anything like that, you're getting money out of it. It is taxable. Clear? Fine till here? The profits of each distinct business must be computed separately, but the tax chargeable under this section is not a separate income of every distinct business, but on aggregate profit. That is okay. Basically, I'll just give you an example. Let us say a CA, you know? In my example, it can be a teacher, okay, or you can say a director in companies, as well as he can have an independent practice. All these three bachcho will come under profession, let us say. Haan na? So I can have separate accounting for them. I can have separate sources, so that is not a problem. So I'll do this calculation differently, and this calculation differently. But when I'll file income tax return, obviously I'll file income tax return showing all these incomes. Understood till here? So incomes will be shown, calculated separately as different businesses. Okay, everybody? I may let us say also do one more business over here. I'm just saying for example. I may let us say close down the practice, and I may do some other business over here. Okay, trading maybe, something like that. You know? So calculation will be done separately. Okay, must be computed separately. But obviously income tax return will show all the incomes together. Fine. Read this part, bachcho, computation of profits. Understand? Profit should be computed after deducting the losses and expenses incurred. Use common sense. You do bachcho profit and loss account. Which profit I'll take, bachcho? Gross profit or net profit? What do you think? Which profit will I take for calculation? Gross or net? As taxable income from the business. Everybody, I'll obviously take bachcho net income. It means what? From the gross income or sales, I reduce the necessary expenditure or no? I reduce the necessary expenditure. Simple till here. But I will reduce only those expenditures which are allowed by the Act or which relates wholly and exclusively for the business. Are haan ya na? Everybody okay till here? Okay? The charge of income tax. Okay, the charge means what? Levying of tax is not on gross receipts, but obviously on the profit and gains. That means gross minus expenditure. Simple. Last part, subsidy. Subsidy bachcho is what? A benefit or an expenditure? If you receive subsidy bachcho, it is what? Benefit or expenditure for you? Bolo, fatafat. It is a benefit. Clear to all of you? So, just now we saw some time back, if you receive some benefit because of your business or profession, or let us say for your business or profession, even that is your income. Clear till here? So, check. Assistance in the form of subsidy or grant, or cash incentive, or a duty drawback, means whatever duty you have paid, it will be refunded for you, or a waiver, or concession, discount, etc., shall be treated as income. Okay? Subsidy or grant or reimbursement relating to asset, that we will do later on. Whenever we will do calculation of asset, we will do that time. Okay? Whenever you are calculating cost of asset, that time we will reduce the subsidy received. Okay? However, subsidy received in personal capacity bachcho are not taxable. That means subsidy received, okay, pay attention, for your business or profession, that will be taxable. Clear till here? Subsidies or grant by central government for the purpose of corpus of a trust or institution established by CG or SG shall not be taxable. Corpus fund bachcho means the starting fund given to start the institute or even a society. Even in your society, there is something called as corpus fund. It is a kind of a big fund available as a backup. That if something wrong or bad happens to the society, that fund can be used. So here, when the government gives this corpus fund, let us say to some government institute itself, then that bacho is not taxable for that government institute. Okay, the institute, check here, is established by CG or SG. Your IT, IIT, IIM. I'm just giving you small examples. Okay, so whatever institutes or government organizations, to them the corpus fund is given or the subsidy is given, that is not taxable. Okay, subsidy bacho, I'll just give you a small example. Understand now. Subsidy bacho also can be of some types. Okay, don't write down, just understand subsidy. But you understand meaning of the word bacho now, subsidy. You understand the meaning that is subsidy, है ना? Let us say the subsidy is given by government. Okay, subsidy are given generally by bacho, government only. And government said we will give rupees 0.50. Okay, that is 50 paise per unit as discount in your electricity bill. In your obviously factory or business electricity bill, we will give you a subsidy of 50 paise per unit. Understood? Let us say the charge was 4 rupees per unit. The government is saying you pay only 3.5. 50 paise we will bear, or we will pay to the electricity company. That is bacho what? Subsidy. Are हाँ या ना? Clear till here? What kind of subsidy bacho is the subsidy? Revenue or capital? What do you think? This is revenue. Why bacho? Because benefit you are getting in revenue, because that expenditure was in revenue na. Electricity bacho, expenditure was revenue expenditure or no? Yes. So that benefit is related to the revenue expenditure. That's why the benefit is also bacho revenue in nature. There are other schemes also. Okay, government scheme subsidy, very famous also. That government says, understand, government says that you buy a fixed asset of 100 rupees, whatever. I'm just giving an example. You submit us the bill, etc. Invoice, everything, and we will refund you of 15 rupees. Understood or no? That means first you spend, then we will refund you back. Again, this is the benefit, bacho. Again, this is a benefit. The actual cost to the assessee is now 85 rupees, by the way, not 100 rupees. Are हाँ या ना? All of you okay till here? This benefit of 15 rupees is what, bacho? Capital or revenue? What will you consider that subsidy into? Revenue subsidy or capital subsidy? That will bacho go under capital. Okay? That will go under capital. Why? Because the expenditure itself was bacho under capital. Are haan? Understood here? So, in simple language bacho, let us say this will not be taxed, this 15 rupees, but this will be taxed because revenue versus capital. Understood or no? So revenue income PGBP as well as revenue expenditure allowed PGBP. Capital income not in PGBP as well as capital expenditure bacho also not under PGBP. Keep this in mind. This entire chapter is only about revenue. Are haan? Income as well as expenditure. So we are talking about two documents, profit and loss account and balance sheet. Which is the most relevant for us? Which is the most relevant bacho for us? Profit and loss account. Whatever you have to do bacho in this entire syllabus or entire chapter bacho, you have to do from everything from profit and loss account point of view. Revenue in nature. Understood? So we have just right now just done bacho charging section 28, basic only. Okay, one of the very famous or important cases was about the income can be legal or illegal, does not matter, it will be taxed bacho. It is what? Definitely taxable. Clear? Are haan? Understand? Let me just give you a simple example. Okay, there is a builder, है ना? Let us say I'm just giving you some small example. Let us say बच्चों he had a, you can say, approval of 2 BHK. You can do illegal work, yes. Pay tax on the same. Pay tax on the same means what? It doesn't make the illegal legal. The income is taxable, it is white only. But you may be, that amount may be illegal, the activity bachcho may be illegal, for that you may be liable under some different law. Laws are different. Income Tax Act says we don't care whether it is legal or illegal, we will tax it. Some other act, Indian Penal Code may say it is illegal, though you can't do it, no? I'm just giving you some example right now. Let us say, okay? Let us say the builder bachcho has approval plan of 2 BHK to sell 2 BHK. Understood here? If he sells 2 BHK and he gets money, that is definitely legal, is obviously it is legal and it is going under PGBP. However, when his approval was of 2 BHK, but he constructed one room illegally. He constructed one room illegally and he sold it. Arey haan, that entire amount, even if that one extra room will also be taxable. Even if it is illegal income. Because he has done illegal activity. Are you getting my point or no? Income, he received income or no? Yes, income tax department will tax it. Now you will say, sir, what about, does it, now you tell me, na? Is he absolved from the corporation laws, municipality laws or any other laws? Will he be liable or not liable? He will be liable, na? They will file him, send him a penalty notice. They may, what do you call it at? Encroachment at, removing of the property. Hatoda marna. You understood, na? Removing basically, okay? The corporation may come and bulldozer that one particular room also. Possible, no? Clear till here? So it doesn't make the illegal work into legal. It is just that it is taxable, okay? Or it is a white, you can say, white means what? Accounted money. Just that's it. Accounted money. That also we'll learn later on. How to convert illegal into legal. We'll do that also. Illegal means what? Actually, let us say, I'll give you a simple example. Sand. Sand, you've heard, na? Sand. I'm doing that sand mining. Sand mining, you understand, near the river bed. I don't have permission. I don't have license. Or I'm using that. Have you seen this, no? Tell me. Remember or no? Against the law, that means, let us say I don't have permission only. If I go in the forest and cut down trees and take and sell it, you will see what is wrong in cutting the trees. It is not allowed. Forest Act, Forest Protection Act, something. Especially again, sandalwood, though again it is protected. If I kill endangered animals, tigers, and sell their skins, again I'm just saying example. Understood here? If I kill chicken and sell, that is legal, allowed. If I kill dogs and whatever, tigers and sell their skin, etc., that is obviously illegal. But if I get money, if the income tax department gets money, or I declare, let us say, I declare, I'm not going to declare that I have killed tigers and sold them, etc. I'm not going to declare that. But let us say I declare, I receive money, na? There is money in my bank account. Nobody practically knows what I'm actually doing, but I got the money, it is in my bank account, I showed it, yes it is, I'm sure it's showing, it is some other money. I have received from some other business, it doesn't matter. So I will not be under jail as long as police doesn't understand. Simple or no? I will not be sitting in jail until police understands that how I got the money. Clear till here? Income tax department says what? You got the money, tax it. We are going to tax it. Okay? So we don't care how you earned it. Just because it is taxed doesn't make the money as legal now. Okay? The activity as legal. Okay? Ready? Let's go ahead, everybody. But the thing is that if you declare such money, you will not have a headache of hiding the money, no? How will you hide the money, bachcho? Hawala and all of that, cash, all of that, okay? We'll talk about that later on. Let us come back here. Have you heard of hawala? The same money comes back to India. Have you heard of hawala, bachcho? What is hawala? Are you aware or no? No, not notice. अरे बाप रे. India. Okay, for example, how do I convert black into white? Understand? Quite possible, ठीक है? And here I am taking here as Dubai. Also, in the first lecture itself of income tax, I had shown you some countries whereas there is no income tax. Clear till here? I had shown you some countries, है ना? Your Cayman Islands, British Virgin Islands, your Bermuda Triangles, Bermuda Islands. They don't have concept of income tax. Clear, everybody? Let us say I did some illegal activity. That's why it is black. Or I have not declared the money. Simple. Let us first of all talk about illegal income. If I declare it, I have to pay tax, no doubt about it. But if I declare it and somebody understands yes, it is from illegal source, then definitely jail also. So this money, normally speaking, use common sense. We are not going to keep it in bank accounts. Okay, it may be into some kind of jewelry, what you can say, valuable items or cash. Simple. Now understand what is hawala. Let us say this was Mr. A who got this illegal income. Okay, he's in the dilemma what to do, what to do about so much of cash. He gives this to an hawala agent. Hawala is a service, by the way. Okay, understand. He gives this amount to whom? A. Gives this amount to the agent. Okay, A just gets an acknowledgement receipt. That's it. It all works on confidence. Okay, everybody. Now, this agent has connection all over the world. They have their own unit, branches, association, whatever. They have their own basically resources. Okay. Another hawala agent sitting in Dubai. Okay. Understand now. Let us say I'll just give you example, rupees 10 crores. Okay. So A gave 10 crores to the hawala agent in India. Okay. And another hawala agent, they are associated, obviously this and this, they are associated. This hawala agent bachcho in Dubai gives this, let us say rupees 10 crores, let us say to a CA or a consultant. Okay. Yes, till here? Fine. Now this consultant, okay, forms a company over here. Simple. It is not a big deal or a great deal to form a company. And in this company, the capital raised or shown is as 10 crore rupees. The company has much capital of what? 10 crore rupees. Clear till here? Yes? Now, they'll show some bogus transaction in this company. And then they showed, yes, my profit is 10 crore rupees or whatever. It can be capital of 10 crores or profit of whatever shown as 10 crores. Now, Dubai doesn't have income tax, bacho, or it has only small indirect taxes of 5% of this indirect taxes, VAT. They have bacho VAT. Okay, everybody? 5%, hardly 5%. So, of 10 crores, sales I will show bogus. There is no actual goods over there or services. Bogus sales showed of 10 or 20 crores, whatever, 15 crores. Okay, everybody? On that, I pay only 5%. Now, as soon as I pay that 5%, my entire money becomes white income. White. Clear to all of you? Yes? Now, okay, this is a safer way to do. Now, this company is there in Dubai. So, Dubai legal, proper, white income is how much now? 10 crore rupees. And over here, in India, again, we form another company. Are haan ya na? In India. Clear till here? And this Dubai company, bacho, makes an investment. You might have heard of the term, bacho, FDI. You know? Foreign direct investments. In Indian company. Whose company? Mr. A's company. Done. So this money is what rooted, just simply rooted outside and coming back to India in the white form. Now here, bacho, Mr. A is free to use this money as however he wants. Instead of, first of all, taking it as illegal, that is a problem, sitting in jail. Other way around, also paying 30% income tax plus cess, remember, or plus surcharge. It It becomes a big amount. Instead of that, rotate this, give their own agents all the incomes, all this consultancy, all the expenditure, including 10%. And plus it is now white also. Clear everybody? So Hawala basically, so does that Hawala agent of India gives money to foreign Hawala? No. Money is not going outside the country. Money is not going out. They just maintain the books of accounts. Money leaving India is smuggling. Why will money leave? I mean, it's not possible. That's why government is so much skeptical and worried about bitcoins and all of that, because there is no government channel involved over there, no banking channel involved in cryptos and all of that. You know? So physically the money is not moving outside India. So Hawala, they have their own network. Understood everybody? See, every country has illegal activity going on. No. So lots of cash are getting generated. You understand now. Some Hawala agent, some illegal person in Dubai might have given to this Hawala agent also, na? To transfer to India maybe, or somebody else, somewhere else. So all these countries or these agents, obviously there are different agents, they are getting cash. Understood or no? Let us say I want to transfer some amount, right? To your hometown, let us say, right? To your home, to my relative, but at your hometown. Let us say whatever. Okay, let us say I want to give somebody to in Delhi. I want to send 1 crore rupees to Delhi by cash. Chalega. There is also called as Angadiya service. Hawala, though you do it, if you want, you can research today. That is different. Or if you want, you can study about that. There is one more service, Angadiya. Have you heard of that? Angadiya. Okay. I'll tell you that. Let us say I want to give 1 crore rupees cash to Delhi, to one of my vendors or whatever. 1 crore in cash, let us say, to Delhi. Okay. I give an agent rupees 1 crore in Pune. To an agent, let us say. That agent is not, let us say, physically going to Delhi and delivering rupees 1 crore. No, he'll contact his agent in Delhi and say, "Arey, give that 1 crore rupees." Done. Transaction done, na? So it's a basically network. It's what? A network. Understood or no? Somebody else sitting in Chennai wants to give money in Pune. So the Chennai person will give to his agent in Chennai. And the agent will call up the Pune agent and say, give this in Pune itself. So money may not be physically moving. In Hawala Bacho, money is not physically moving outside the country. No. Okay? Did I tell you all of you? Everybody? ठीक है? हाँ पूछो. There is no proper company for that. There are agents. You have to meet those agents. Again, it is not available on just dial or online directly. So I'll be very honest. Earning 10 crores rupees is also a big thing. Ultimately, if at all the person, okay, I'm just trying to understand. If ultimately he spends rupees 10 crores in India, that is not a problem for India, honestly. Why? Because it is a parallel economy, we agree. It is a parallel economy. Parallel, you understand? Side by side. It is a parallel, this black money is called as, or these unaccounted money are called as parallel economy because they are not coming in the books of accounts. But as long as he spends in India, it indirectly contributes to GDP only. Tell me. Hai na? Now from this company, bacho, which he had incorporated, he buys BMW, Mercedes, real estate, etc. The money is going back to India only, na? Correct? So that should not be a big problem for the government. The only major problem is what? We are not delegating 30% of the income tax amount. That is the challenge. Yes? And people are very much troubled or burdened on, they have the issue that why should I pay so much of taxes? What is the government doing for me? So that attitude is a problem. And people then do all of these things, especially when people have huge amount of money. All the celebrities, all the big people, they definitely have companies outside India. Definitely. For sure. Okay? Anyways. You will also hear about, if at all you work and you want to research, okay, these two things you can research. Hawala, what is a Hawala agent or Hawala transaction? Angadia is again a genuine service, that is different. And third, you'll also one more news you can research about and you know HSBC. HSBC fraud. HSBC is one of the very biggest, obviously big name, okay, in banking industry, because it is an international bank now, and these banks were allowing to transfer this hawala indirectly, bacho. Okay, that was happening. That news was there, something that you can go and check. I'll just quickly check if at all the people just want to see cotton bales. That's why I was showing them cotton bales in laws class. Cotton bales. Anyways, check here. There is so much to discuss. We can. But we'll just quickly limit this to 2012. My goodness, so early. Yes. If you want, you can read about it later on. Okay. Chalega? Check here. I mean, just some claims, it may or may not be true. Fine. Okay. So many things to discuss. Let's go ahead everybody. So section 28 we saw, charging section, okay? Methods of accounting, I'll come to that little bit later on, okay? Otherwise you will be in some trouble, or like you will not like it. Okay, I'll do that, methods of accounting. Section 29, let's do logically next section, okay? Computation of profits and gains from business or profession. This which we have already also seen in your all the heads of income. First section is what? Charging section. And the henceforth, next sections bacho tells you how to use the head of income, what is allowed and what is not allowed. Clearly the calculation, computation bacho are given by the next of the sections. Are haan. So that's only guidance is given by section 29. Understand what is it saying? Computation of income from business. Hai na? Computation. Basically how to compute for this head of income. What all are the incomes? That is coming in 28. How to calculate? 29. Clear? So according to section 29, the profits and gains of any business or profession are to be computed. The computation bacho. In accordance with the provisions contained in section 30 to 43D. That is your syllabus basically for the chapter. Okay? From section 30 to 43D. Clear till here? It must, however, be remembered that in addition to specific allowances and deductions stated in section 32 to 36, that further permits allowance of items of expense. That we will see later on. That is all we will see later on. First of all, just quickly have a look at this. Section 29 bacho talks about what? Computation or no? How to compute. That is a general, you can say, guidance given by section 29. Okay? Understand. 29. So after that, from 30 to 37, it talks about allowed deductions. Plus or minus bacho. Deduction means what? Plus or minus? Minus. Deduction means reduce. So we are allowed to reduce some things. That is given from section 30 to 37. Clear? Similarly, some things will not be allowed to be reduced. Will not be allowed to be reduced. Inadmissible deductions. That is given by section 40. Clear till here? Are haan. Then, expenses or payments not deductible. They will not be allowed. The expenditure will not be allowed in some cases. 40A. Then profit chargeable to tax, the computation bacho. All these things we will take into account. Okay, everybody? But 32 to 37 is what bacho? Allowed deductions. 40 is about not allowed. Okay, and other things also, obviously we have to see other provisions also. Yes, till here? All of you? Are haan. So 28 charging section, 29 computation, 30 and 31. Read chalo quickly. Read.
Recording stopped.
Read everybody. Done? All of you? Okay.
Recording in progress.
So 30 to 37 bachcho talks about what deductions or no? Allowed deductions, okay? Admissible deductions. Okay, now pay attention. 30. It talks about rent, rates, taxes, okay? Rent paid, any kind of rates for the government, taxes, repairs, and insurance for the building. For what bachcho asset? Building. Asset is building, okay? But we are not buying the building. The expenditure is bachcho revenue in nature. Rent paid for the premises allowed as deduction. Any kind of repairs, rates, taxes paid for the building allowed as deduction. Insurance premium paid for the building allowed as deduction. Clear till here? The following deduction shall be allowed where the premises are occupied by the assessee. Premises are used. As a tenant, if he is a bachcho tenant, obviously what will he pay? Rent, है ना? So rent paid for the premises, and further, if he has undertaken to bear the cost of repairs, then also such cost is also allowed. Even repairs is allowed, so rent as well as repairs. If he is occupying otherwise than as a tenant, bachcho, then how will he occupy? If he is not a tenant and then he is occupying a property, that means he is the owner. No. Are ha na. And if he is the owner, why will he pay rent? I am getting my point or no? Otherwise than as a tenant means what? Owner. The amount paid by him on account of current repairs will be allowed as deduction. Clear earlier? What do you generally mean by current repairs? I think this you have done in accounting, maybe. Current means I hope you are again understanding revenue or capital. But you mainly talking about only revenue. Yes, till here? Then, in the both cases, your owner you have paid as a tenant or otherwise or whatever. Any sums paid for land revenue, local rates, or municipal taxes. Okay. Again, government fees for any of these buildings or whatever property you are paying will be allowed as deduction. Premium for insurance, simple. against risk of damage or destruction of the premises. So again, these three expenditures are allowed. Okay, so rent, repairs, and taxes. Okay, and insurance premium. Clear? And same thing for 31, it talks about bachcho. Again another two types of asset, plant and machinery, as well as furniture. So P&M is one thing, plant and machinery is bachcho one type of asset, and furniture is another type of asset. Clear till all of you? Are हाँ. So check. Here the amount paid for current repairs there too. Okay. Or again premium paid, insurance premium paid for protection of plant and machinery and furniture. Again both of them will be allowed as deduction. Clear till here? Yes. So building you may or may not own. Repairs and bills purchase section 10 to 31 talks about what? Plant and machinery and furniture, repairs and insurance. Yes. So these two expenditure will be allowed. Clear till here? And lastly, very important, no deduction shall be allowed for any kind of capital expenditure. Very important. Capital income as well as capital expenditure both are not allowed ever under PGBP. Clear till here, all of you? Yes? Should I go ahead, everybody? Are हाँ. Chalo, I will do very simple, small question. Just to start with. 46. Come to question number 46. Simple question, okay? Question number 46. Very basic. Ready? Let us read what is given. Profit and loss account is given to us. Gross profit brought down. Then some expenditures are given of this assessee. First of all, who is our assessee? Our assessee bachcho is an entrepreneur. है ना? अरे हाँ या ना? Our assessee in the chapter of salaries bachcho was employee. Correct clear? Slavery. Here bachcho, he is the owner. Here bachcho, our assessee is who? Owner of the business or profession. He will pay salaries now. अरे है ना? Now going in the shoes of employer. ठीक है? So he has paid salaries, P&L debit. He has paid rent of building, some rent. Okay, the word I have told you, building, don't really keep in your mind building means tall building or skyscraper. Building simply means 4 walls and 1 roof. That is a building. Even a small office is a building for our income tax purposes. Clear? Repairs, some expenditure, and net profit 70,000. Okay. Then some notes are given to us. Building is taken for rent, on rent for official purpose, no problem. So building is taken on rent for official purpose. That means obviously he's doing business over there in that building premises. And repairs 1 lakh rupees includes capital repairs of 40,000. What are they asking you? Calculate business income. Yes, till here, all of you? Simple? Alright. First of all, before I proceed, right now, how much do you, right now, without any adjustment, how much taxable income do you see? What is the taxable income? Right now, whatever, without any adjustments. Yes, Nathan, correct. All of you tell me. Right now, the taxable income which you see right now is 70,000. Because that is a net profit. Are हाँ या ना? Clear till here? But now we'll have to do adjustments, whatever are given to us in the notes, and then accordingly we will find out the adjusted taxable income. That is just your taxable income. Clear till here? Let's start. Okay. Question number 46. Write down in a notebook. Ready? Now, we want business income, so write down computation of Business income बच्चों for AY, which AY? 23-24. Particulars in rupees only I'm writing, okay, nothing much. Ready? So, bachcho will do adjustment to the net profit given to us as per books of account. We will do adjustments, bachcho, to the net profit given to us as per books of accounts. So, as per P&L, okay? So, write down. Net profit, understand, very important. Net profit. How much? 70,000. Simple or no? Now you have the textbook in front of you. We have seen the notes also. Do you have anything given to us in the income side? Anything but your indirect income, anything is given to us? Nothing. Is there any adjustment to the salaries? Is there any adjustment to be done to the salaries? No. So, I'll just simply ask you a question. Salary was allowed. There is no adjustment to salary, and salary is allowed as a business expenditure. So, no adjustment. Okay. Rent of building. Okay. It is already debited to P&L, and they have given in the notes also. The rent is used for official purpose. So, is it a valid purpose or no? Yes. Fine till here. So, do we have to do any adjustment for rent of building? Also no. Fine. Good. Repairs include, however, capital repairs of 40,000. Debited is how much, bacho? Debited already is 1 lakh. And my question to you is whether that 40,000 is allowed or not allowed. That 40,000 bacho debit is allowed or not allowed. That bacho debited item is not allowed. Understand very importantly. Currently the debit is of 1 lakh. The debit allowed should be of 60,000. Are ha ya na? Then therefore, right now what I have to do is I have to remove the debit or no? Understand, I have to remove the debit. Yes, still here, remove the debit. Imagine your T format, profit and loss. Your debits, credits. Are ha? Currently the debit is of 1 lakh. But I want to remove debit of 40,000. I want to remove also debit of 40,000. My expenditure will reduce. Are ha ya na? My debit will reduce. I have to remove the debit. What will happen to my net profit? If I remove the debit, what will happen to my net profit? Increase or decrease? This is a very basic and common sense which you have to understand. Just visualize profit and loss account. And what you have to do? I have to remove the debit or put the debit or give the debit? No. I have to remove the debit. If I remove the debit, what will happen? My net profit will increase? No. Khushbu, understood or no? Tell me. Are ha ya na? Increase. Understood earlier? So write down some things I'll give you in writing. This is the first question, that's why I'm giving everything in writing, otherwise we need not explain everything. Point number 1, salary. So I'll write down since. Paid for business. Allowed as deduction. Therefore allowed as deduction. Clear till here? Is it already debited to P&L? Yes. Since it is already debited to P&L, therefore no adjustment required. Therefore, no adjustment required. Yes, चलिए. Second बच्चों, rent of building. Same logic. Business purposes already debited, therefore no adjustment. Fine, all of you? Third, understand now. Repairs. But repairs in the question बच्चों are of two types, revenue and capital, है ना? So A, revenue. $60,000 na revenue is allowed. Is allowed as deduction and already debited to P&L. Therefore, no adjustment required. But B, capital, 40,000, no? Rupees 40,000 is not allowed as deduction, but since it is debited already, therefore it needs to be added back. In net profits. So which 40,000 will add in the net profit. Okay. Therefore, taxable business income will be which is 70 plus 40, 110. Okay. Done till here? Not all of you? Alright, that was your 30 and 31 section. For building 30 and furniture plant and machinery 31. Alright. We'll go ahead everybody. Actually go ahead, for that go ahead, I need entire big lecture for depreciation because 32 बच्चों is depreciation. Ready? I'll just read the small theory right now, at least that much I can do. है ना? 32 depreciation बच्चों. These are all your P&L items or not? P&L debit items. है ना? Depreciation, I hope you know it is just a book entry. है ना? It is not a cash expenditure ना बच्चों, depreciation. It is just a book entry. So we allow depreciation. So depreciation shall be allowed on WDV. Which method now? Compulsorily WDV, not straight line method. At specified rates on the block of asset. Block means entire category बच्चों of asset in respect to tangible or intangible assets. Okay, which are wholly or even partly owned by the assessee. So even partly owned will be allowed, or jointly owned will be allowed, and important but used for the purpose of business. That means just buying an asset is not important. Just you have brought the asset is not important. Okay, you should also use it for your business or profession. Fine. And it is mandatory to claim depreciation. It is allowed. That means you have to take it, or it will be considered even if you want to take or you don't want to take, or if you don't have option. If you have an asset, then compulsorily बच्चों depreciation will be calculated or will be considered. You don't have any option over there. Okay, all of you? It is mandatory to claim depreciation. It is allowed whether or not it is claimed in computing total income. In the next lecture, then I'll start with more of the depreciation, bachcho. Okay, the rates and all the blocks. I have to explain all of that to you properly. Then what is normal depreciation? So this will take time. Okay, but for your homework only, read it till here at least. Okay, find it, all of you. Just before special cases, just read and come the basic ones. You may or may not understand fully, but at least read and come. Alright, all of you? Okay? Chalega? So hardly 2-3 pages. See, these things are just rates are given and type of assets are given. So this entire table is fine, not a big thing. Others you can just normally read and come. Okay? Chalega? So that's it for income tax for today, bachcho. Alright? Yeah.
Recording stopped.
640 law. बोलो. चलेगा बच्चों? ऑलराइट देन गाइस, 6:40 को हम लोग मिलते हैं लॉ के लिए, है ना? या यस बाय बाय.